So I've probably said this before. I know I've definitely written it, but when it comes to writing my stories, I find it much more difficult than just turning my camera on and speaking it. So the work meeting went really well. I'm currently writing, I'm actually working. That's the fun part for me. This is real and it's my job. And yeah, currently working, workshopping stuff for the workshop. And I'm at the point where I need to write my story that's relevant to the topic that we're talking about. And I've told the story, obviously, plenty of times. I told the story in the last meeting we had, not today, but the one for me and my teammates. And easy to tell. I get stuck writing it down though. I don't know. So I figured if I just told the story again to you guys, then I can watch it back and just write down what I've said. So I'm going to try and do that. All right. So basically, the workshop theme is anxiety, yeah, and specifically like university students. So my story is there's a unit that I did, right? And it was one of my favorite units. So it's the human mind, so cognitive psychology. Now, I loved that class, and I know I've made it real clear in so many of my videos that I like being on campus far more than I like being an online student. Anyway, it was the beginning of the trimester, and I just started this class, and I believe it was like it was either my first or my second class. Must have been my second. I don't know. Either way, I didn't make it more than two. So, people assume that because I consider myself a storyteller, that I can tell stories off the cuff like I am now perfectly well. That I've no issues being in front of a camera or being recorded or watching myself back. None of those issues, and truthfully, my ultimate goal is to be a storyteller. And I'm talking big stage, audience kind. And even as I say that, it's like this mixture of exhilarating excitement combined with utter terror, so to speak, because it's like when I say thousands, this is what I've been saying in my head for the last 6 years. So, I mean, I love doing what I do when I'm very comfortable with what I'm talking about, right? I don't like writing stuff, which is, I do and I don't. It's all very confusing, but when I'm trying to tell a story for a particular reason, I get stuck in my head. Hence, I make videos and don't edit them, yeah? Because predominantly, this is me experimenting on me, and I'm good with where I'm at. Now, this particular class, my reflux is driving me insane, guys. Anyway, right, we're sitting in class. I tend to sit near the front. I am one of those students who just ask questions now. But I remember there was something that was put on the whiteboard in front of us, and the seminar, so it wasn't a lecture, it was a seminar, so we were participating in. There was obviously the teacher, the whiteboard, and then two sort of separate rows of desks. And it was a fairly packed seminar. Anyway, the teacher put something on the board. And I'm obviously aware now of what happens, but I sure as shit wasn't back then, yeah? And I think this is it would have been 2018, because I started my sober year. Anyway, the teacher puts the thing on the board. And I cannot explain what it feels like. I can literally sit here and put myself back into that situation within me and go, I still can't find the words. I consider myself, you know, an intelligent person. I am blanking on lots of stuff I should know. Common sense wise, I mean, it makes me like, there's lots of information that I think I should know, but I don't, and it's like it's there, but my like brain is so fucked up at this point. Hence the trying to figure everything out. I can't always grasp the knowledge. Anyway, for whatever reason, aside from the fact that I genuinely love being the center of attention, usually, talking, whatever this might be, I absolutely detest being put on the spot. Unless it's in an environment where, say, obviously with this workshop we're planning, it goes without saying, questions will be asked, it'll be an open forum, talking, you know, things like that. I'm fine with that. And I'm fine with saying I don't know, because obviously we're aware, I would never lie. But when I'm put on the spot in a situation that I just didn't think or recognize or realize was going to happen, my brain goes blank. Like, you could ask me something that I'm very aware of the answer of, and I would probably still stare at you like a deer in the headlights, right? When I'm put on the spot in front of a large amount of people, with something that, as far as I could tell, everybody understood. So if we're picturing the classroom, and there would have been like maybe 15 to 20 people on this, maybe same, they're big classes, yeah, guys. Anyway, they started at this end, so they went like this, right? So this way, and then it started at the back and there, and I'm sort of at the second front row. Now, at this point, every single person had answered. It was whatever it was that we had to answer. There was different answers. I can't explain to you what it was, because in that moment, I didn't understand. And not only did I understand, flight and fight kicked in. Like, I was just, like, I can feel it, even thinking about it. It was like this, oh my God, what is happening? How does absolutely everybody in the class know what it is that we're supposed to be working out? And I'm just, you know, just trying to get my brain to understand what it is I'm even being asked of, because you can't figure out an answer to something you don't know what is the question. And I know how that sounds, but that's what happened. And it was this feeling of pure and utter embarrassment. Like, I felt like everything, it was taking me everything I had at this point to not cry in front of a room full of people and a lecturer. And I was the only person in the class that could not give an answer. And yeah, it must have been my second class, because after that, I remember talking to the lecturer at one point, and it must have been after the very first class, because this would have been the second one, because at this point, I just needed the class to end so that I could get away. Like, it was full fight or flight, and I needed to get off the freaking premises. It was the last class. I think it finished at like 5 or 6, or it was either one that started at 2 and finished at 4. Yeah, I think that might have been it. And obviously I got in my car and I went straight home in tears. And the whole, oh my God, you are such a dumb fucking cunt. You are so stupid. Why are you at university? What are you doing? Oh my God, like, you can probably all imagine what I listened to on the way home inside my own mind. And uni's like 50 minutes regardless of which campus I go to. One's just a long straight road along the freeway, and the other's all the way through the city and a whole bunch of things, which ironically is the one I've transferred to. Different story. But yeah, so this story for uni, that I can feel it. I can feel what it feels like, guys. Like, it was blank. It was, oh my God, you've absolutely no idea that not only am I now almost just completely in tears, like I'm still feeling like, why can I not understand what I'm being asked? Why do I not understand what I'm being asked? And that feeling, that anxiety, overwhelm, oh my God, I'm the dumbest person alive feeling, cost me from ever going back to that seminar. I did everything online for that unit moving forward, and I ended up with an overall grade of 79. It's always the way, guys. 1 Like, I knew it. I mean, if I could have kept attending uni on campus and engaging, I know I would have got higher marks. I know that I'm scrambling in this fucking fear and anxiety of my own just with my 4 units coming up, because it's like make or break, make or break, make or break. Hey, I'll fucking add that to my story, right? Make or break. It's killing me. Yeah? The anxiety of it all. And it's like, oh, I don't need to write notes now because I'm going to watch it back for the whole fucking thing. Anyway, but the point is, yeah, fuck man, I'm so fucking stressed out about not getting the grades that I need to get into honours. It's causing such severe anxiety fucking problems with me. It's no wonder I have to get such high marks, because anxiety has fucked with me my entire uni career. And I've only just now 100% realised that. Because obviously the story I plan on telling is the one in the class, and how I never went back and I did all the rest of it online, and how it's one of those moments in my life I will never forget. But I think I can now even say I'm still at uni. It's still very much affecting me. Like far more than it should. It shouldn't matter. Like, I matter. I'm helping. I'm doing. Oh, I should not be having to deal with anxiety the way that I am, but I am. And as a storyteller, I am going to include that in my story. And that seems like a perfect place to finish this, because I'm actually going to write it back, watch it back, so I can write what I said. Night, guys.